we are really doing this again. Okay, guess what time it is, you guys? It's time to overshare. Yay! Judging obviously by the title of the video, you probably guessed what this video is about. It's about me in college and how I was not a great student. Pretty much what I learned from it. I actually had a video of this planned. I had filmed it and everything, and it was like a get ready with me story time video where I put makeup on, or tried to at least, and it just was not working out. It was quite sad, actually. Tell me why it took 5 minutes to put on foundation. It's like, it doesn't take 5 minutes to put on foundation. Apparently, I can't really do two things at once, so I'm just gonna sit down here and tell you about my college experience. A few things to keep in mind before you get into this video is that I swear. Duh. And I swear like a sailor. My mom, my poor mother, yeah, she tried to make a lady out of me. Not a very ladylike lady, might I say, mate.
I've a right to behave I like, same as you.
Ooh, why did I just say that? I swear a lot in my videos. So if you're someone who's very sensitive to swearing, well, you know, I say a lot of bad words. Another thing is that I am going to talk about mental health, and I'm going to be talking about depression and other aspects of depression. So if that's something that's triggering for you, or you know, you're going through something like that, I recommend you not watch this, because I'm not going into details, but I will just talk about it, and I know it can be a bit triggering sometimes. And then one other thing is try not to judge me too much, because I was a young adult. I was an idiot back in the day, so a lot of things that I did, you'll probably be like, why? Just why? Why? And I will give you an answer of saying, I don't know. I was just dumb. I didn't think things through. So those are just a few things to keep in mind, but other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. So, a little background on me.
Yes, Gaga, you look so good.
I came from a homeschool Catholic family whose parents were either in the military or used to be in the military. So my mom, early on in her life, was in the military for like a few years, but my dad was in the military for 20 some years. And during high school, he was still in the military. So you can imagine my home life was very ship-shape. I like to put it this way. So I have 7 siblings. We were like the Von Trapp family from The Sound of Music, except without the talent, and my parents didn't have a whistle, but we had a bell. So we were the Walmart version of the Von Trapp family. I may not be able to sing, but I could yodel. Yodel-dee-doo. So you can imagine my home life was very much ship-shape, disciplined. Education was a huge thing, especially when your older sister, no shade to her, love her to death. My older sister was the star of the family. She was so good at everything. She was like Hermione Granger, but cooler. My parents would constantly be like your older sister, blah, blah, blah. So you can imagine, that's just picture it. Picture that. That's the lifestyle it was. So what does a clown and a crackhead have in common? That's right. Their name is Sophia Dean. Me, bitch. Me. The way I roast myself, I can't. High school was pretty much a shit show. I blew things up, set things on fire in science. Could barely tell a liver from a heart of a pig, you know, with dissection. Math, couldn't really count. I was good at algebra, but when it came to geometry, poetry, could barely memorize shit. Only the good stuff. Lewis Carroll, I got you, homie. Shakespeare, no thanks. I was good at 3 things. I was good at history, Latin, and art. The only reason why I was good at Latin was because everyone else in my family, besides my older sister, they weren't really good at Latin, so that was like my thing, you know. Latin was my thing, guys. I'm smart, you know. History, I loved history. I loved reading and learning about things, mainly because I had no internet or a cell phone or friends, and I was just a fucking nerd. So yeah, I just read a lot. And art, I was good at drawing circles and stick figures, so naturally I decided I was gonna go to art school. Fast forward through high school, I graduate, and I told my parents,
guys, guess what? I'm thinking about taking a break.
My parents were like, no.
Niet, you're going to school.
And I was like, what?
I really don't want to go to school.
My dad was like,
You have to go to school because if you take a break now, it'll be really hard to get back into school.
I was just like, okay, fine. So I went to school and it was really exciting because, again, homeschool Catholic family where I was the only one in my grade besides old Joan. She was my made-up friend because, again, I had no friends. So I was like, peace out, Joan. I got actual friends now. So I was in college and my first semester, I did such a great job. I think it was because of all, like, everything was new, the excitement was new, and I was just good at art and the classes that I took. And then it was my second semester and that's just when shit hit the ceiling. Oh boy. I feel like I'm gonna have some flashback PTSD moments. I moved out and I moved in with my sister for second semester. I was like, peace out farm, peace out family. I'm gonna adult now.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I'm like 18 years old, 18, 19, and I honestly thought I had my shit together. I was like, listen, if Katniss Everdeen at 16 years old could save Panem and start a revolution, I can get through second semester. No, that was a fucking joke because my mental health decided it was going to check in on me and was like, hey girl, hey, we're back and we're gonna see how you're doing. So my mental health decided to pay a visit and it was a shit visit. Well, I guess we know where this is going. I was taking this class called stats and again, remember, can't count on my fingers. I'm shit at math. I failed stats. Coming into college, I had a 3.9 or 4.0 GPA. Now in college, I'm sure you guys know this, if you fail one class, your grade drops by like 2 points. But if you pass a course, if you pass a grade, your GPA goes up by 0.3 points. I'm sorry, 0.03 points. Let's be honest with that. So I failed stats and I'm freaking out because this is the first time in college that I'm failing a class. And I didn't tell my parents. Let's do a little bit more background information about my parents, you know, because why not? My parents were the type of people who demanded to see my grade every time, especially when I was living back home. They would be like,
Show me your grades.
even if I was 18. That's just who they were as people. I want to say, like, I'm thankful to them for how they raised me and disciplined me because I am the way that I am, but also at the same time, the reason why that I am the way that I am is because of you. So like, you know what I mean? I feel like I lost you there, but that's okay because we're gonna keep going. So at this time, because I moved out, I didn't have to show my parents my grades. So I was just like,
I need to tell you that I'm failing my stats class.
at this time, I was really contemplating on taking a break between my first and second year of college. My first year was done. I just really wanted a break because I was actually becoming depressed very quickly. Not funny. I was losing friends. A lot was going on in my life. A lot of trauma was following up from my childhood up to my college years and was like, hey, we need to work this out. My family, we don't talk about our feelings or emotions. We don't talk about our mental health. It's just if someone said certain things, we'd apologize and get over it and move on. I didn't know how to talk about it and I didn't know how to ask for help. The idea of getting therapy was kind of just ridiculous to me for some reason. I thought only weak people needed therapy, which, side note, you're not weak getting help. If anything, you're like super strong and courageous asking for help. You realize that this is something you need to work on within yourself. And props to you guys out there for being like, I'm getting the help I need because I love myself and I want to take care of myself. At that time, really didn't know how to love myself. I was just depressed, man. I had a hard time getting out of bed. I wanted to sleep all the time. There were times where I would email my professors being like, I'm sick, I can't come in. And I wasn't physically sick, so I lied about that. And all I did was be in a burrito roll on my bed under my covers, just staring blankly and being like, contemplating what the meaning of life is. It's really sad, but like, that's something I went through, you know? Before I go on more of my sad white girl story, I do want to just say, I take full responsibility of failing a lot of my classes. But I will say that like a big part of why I failed was not getting help that I needed mentally or academically. Again, try not to judge my past self too much because believe me, I'm doing that job for you guys. I take full responsibility of failing. Just clearing that up, I'm not blaming my parents. I'm not blaming my school. I'm not blaming anybody else but me. Second year rolls in. I go to my guidance counselor and I was like, listen, I failed stats. Can I do something else besides stats?
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
May the good Lord bless her and her children, and may she have a prosperous and joyful life, because let me tell you, she told me.
It's just the professor. Just retake the class. It's gonna be fine.
And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm dumb. I can't take this class again. I really can't. And then she was just like,
Oh no, it's the professor. Just retake it. You'll be fine.
so I retook it because she said she knew better.
Oh, fuck off, Anya.
May the Lord bless and keep you. May he shine his light on your path. So yes, I retook stats and I failed it again. I came stomping into her office and I was like,
You lied to me.
this was not a them thing, it was a me thing, you know? I told you I'm dumb, I need something else. And then she finally gave me a different course, a math course, and she's like,
I think this will be good for you.
tell me why I passed it. Flying colors. I had an A in that class. Failed stats again, which dropped my GPA even more. But I also failed like 2-3 other classes that also dropped it down to, like, at one point, it was, my GPA was so bad, you guys. It was so bad. I had like a 2.1. Oh my god, yeah, I got a 2.1 or 2.2. It was so low. It was so bad, to the point that my school reached out to me and was like,
Like, if you don't get your shit together, we're gonna kick you out.
just over here in a corner rocking, like, okay, this is fine. I'm fine. I'm just dying inside, but I'm fine, you know?
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine.
At that point, I just gave up. I was like, fuck this. I hate life. What's the point of living? Blah, blah, blah. But when I received the email from my school being like, if you don't get your ducks in a row, we're gonna kick you out, that's when I was like, I need to tell my parents.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's just after dinner. I was so scared and I was shaking so badly, and I was like, guys, I have to tell you. Oh my gosh, this is giving me PTSD moment. Why is my heart beating? Oh my god. But I was so scared. I was scared shitless of my parents. Still am. They had that effect on me. But I'm freaking out. I'm shaking. And I'm like, Mom, Dad, I gotta tell you something. Please don't be mad at me. Please don't be mad at me. They're like,
Wow, what is it? And I was
like,
Keep in mind, disclaimer, Mom and Dad, so I tried.
just throw that out there. I tried. I really did. I really did. You know, you love me, right? I love you guys. Just try to listen. I think I remember saying, just hear me out and let me explain. And my parents were up and down the wall. They're like,
yeah, we'll hear you. We'll listen to you. We'll hear you out.
the minute I showed them my grades, my mom goes off because she was just like,
You're a disappointment. We didn't raise you like this. Blah, blah, blah.
Dad was scaring me the most though, because he was quiet. He let out the sigh. He's just like,
Okay, I'm disappointed. We raised you to be better.
you're moving back home. And I was just like, no, I don't want to move back home, but okay. And my dad was like, I can't believe you did this. Why? And both my parents were like, why? And that's when I like froze. Because how are you supposed to tell your parents that you're failing mainly because of mental health? That you're depressed when we as a family don't even talk about mental health, you know? Side note, I love my parents to death. They raised me the way that I am. I've mentioned that before. So please don't like judge my parents harshly for the way they reacted. I think that if I was in their shoes and I came from their kind of background, I probably would have reacted the same way. I mean, can you fault someone when they themselves struggle with mental health, or when they struggle to understand what mental health is, you know, a healthy mindset is, when it's something we don't even talk about or learn about? So like, I can't fault them for the way they reacted, you know? I think that was a very natural response from them. I do, however, wish it was handled differently, because I just remember shutting down completely. After I told them, I moved back home. I did pull through. I eventually pulled through. My GPA suffered. It's still low, you know, but I did manage to get A's and B's in the rest of my classes, and I got my degree. You're probably wondering,
Why is this white girl complaining about failing school when the world has bigger problems?
it's not me really complaining. I guess I just wanted to talk about this and let you guys know that you're not alone. If you're someone who's in high school or college struggling with mental health in your grades and you're failing miserably like I did, just know that you're not alone. When I went through this, I thought I was alone. For me and my family, having bad grades is a very shameful thing. It takes a lot for me not to hate myself or feel ashamed of myself when I think back on my past. This is, in a sense, me also trying to work through my college days and just be like, okay, you know what, this is what's happening. happened. Here are the things that you learned from it. Yeah, here are some things I learned from it. First thing is, if you don't think you can handle college right after high school, don't go. Don't waste your mental health, your energy, your money, your time, your precious time on getting a degree just because your parents said so. If you think that you need a break, take that break. It's okay. Who says you have to go to college straight after high school? Like, who was the brilliant person that said that? You know, I want to know.
Always a little white guy.
Second thing, listen to your mental health and your brain. If your brain is like, hey, I'm kind of depressed, let's talk about this, talk about it. Another thing I learned was don't listen to your guidance counselor when they tell you to retake certain things. Always listen to your instincts. Listen to your brain, you guys. If you think you can't handle a certain subject and you tell them straight up, I can't retake this class, I can't take this class, listen to yourself. The last and final thing that I learned was to not hate myself so much for mistakes that I made. I think throughout all of college, when I first started feeling certain ways, I just started hating myself a lot. I should have just seen myself as trying my best, you know? Okay, this was it of the video. That was a lot. I hope after watching this video, if you guys are struggling with a lot of things, especially with school, please know that you're not alone. There are a lot of people out there, including yours truly, who's struggled a lot with school. You're not alone. And if you're failing, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. I plan on going back to school. When I move back to the States, I want to go back to school, finish my degree in graphic design, but also I want to minor in Korean studies. Don't be too discouraged. Please be kind to yourselves. Love yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a lot. I will catch you guys later. Bye bye.